Hey everyone, Marathon Hurler here, back with some more Final Fantasy VIII. Last time we made our way from Balam Garden over to our first mission in Timber, albeit with a little bit of difficulty as something happened to us on that train and we got sleep gassed or something, but we found our way to the Forest Owl's base and we're ready to start the mission, and it looks like the princess was the girl we were dancing with at the party. Yeah, so Squall gets a second chance to impress her. Maybe he should use some of those skills he saw in Laguna's dream. Come on, Squall. Cramp up. All you gotta do is get a little cramp in your leg. Or you could just play it cool. Looks like Renoa's making a move even in spite of that. Or it could just be because she is super excited about getting Seed. Ah, so that's why she was at the party. Yeah, so she was looking for Sid. She wasn't abandoning us. See, Squall, you're still good. Uh-oh. Not that guy. Ah. Of course. Cypher ruins everything. Of course he did. Yeah. More like Sid is a pushover. He couldn't even go in on Cypher for screwing up the mission. Well, all the faculty members didn't really want to help you guys out. They wanted to just let you ride and or hang out in the wind. Sure we will. About those plans, what exactly are those plans you have for us? Huh? Want to tell me? Yes, I want to know what the plan is. Or we could just go back to the others. That works too. And then you can tell us the plan. He who. You're really gonna stop talking about other guys if you want me to keep making the moves on you. I mean, Cypher can't even put on his school uniform for the field exam. There's no way that guy's a Seed. Oh yeah, and we get to name she's the second main character we get to name, but I'm just gonna stick with her default name, Renoa. So let me get this straight. You danced with us, and then you basically jumped on top of us, and now you are shaking our hand. I feel like the progression of intimacy is going the wrong way here, Renoa. Ah, so Squall really was playing her for a fool there. He knew what he was doing the entire time. But Renoa's not too pleased about that. This is going to be a recurring theme with Renoa, just not liking a lot of stuff that we do for professional reasons. Well, we'll see more about that later. In the meantime, we get to meet Renoa's dog, and we get to name him as well, but once again, I'm going to stick with the default name, Angelo. Yeah, I'm not really interested in a tutorial. Nope, I'm good. There's really not a whole lot there. Basically, Renoa's limit break involves using her dog. You use the Pet and Pals magazines to get access to new abilities. Then you learn those abilities by selecting them in her status menu, and then running around with her in your party. For the most part, Angelo's limit breaks are useless, so I'm not going to bother you learning most of them. I'm just going to focus my time on learning the good ones when that becomes an option later in the game. Alright, so now that the princess is here, we can finally talk about the mission. But first, some introductions. Is Zell going to finally get his handshake? Ah, Zell's smart enough this time. He knows not to even bother asking for one. Alright, single file, down the hall here. Let's go, Zell. Now it's time to figure out what exactly we're going to be doing for our first mission here with the Forest Owls. Uh-oh. Serious music is on now. Okay. Wow, this is pretty ambitious for your first mission with us. Well, let's see what the plan is, then we can talk about whether or not it's exciting. Watts is are you just looking for attention there, Watts? I don't understand. Why are you echoing everything someone is saying? That's enough, Watts. Okay, no one cares, Watts. Well, I would imagine most presidents would be taking a private train. Well, I don't know if they would need us to blow up a train with a rocket launcher. And I don't think any of us really have training with rocket launchers. Jeez, Sal. Cool it, man. One person snubs you for a handshake and you just flip out. Seriously. He's like flexing his fist like he's about to punch somebody. Now, one thing I have to say about Final Fantasy VIII that I really like are the mission briefings that they give you throughout the game. Now, most of the information you get in these mission briefings aren't really important or useful to what you're actually doing, but even with that said, I just like the idea of having these really detailed and well thought out plans that they're modeling with different sets, whether it's the train car or the little splash screen on the boat on the way to Delet. I find that really awesome. I don't know, I just find that to be kind of cool, and it's something that really, in terms of the mission setup, distinguishes Final Fantasy VIII from Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if I would say that I like Final Fantasy VIII more than Final Fantasy VII, but one thing that I do give Final Fantasy VIII a definite advantage on is the way that they handle these missions. Because in Final Fantasy VII, you had, the really important big missions, and I would say if you're just measuring them in terms of like how important the missions were compared, or in terms of the broader scope of the world and what they meant for the world, Final Fantasy VII definitely had bigger missions. Like they literally blew up 2 reactors in the first, 3 or 4 hours of the game. That's a pretty big deal, but they just don't give you the same mission briefing, so you don't really get the full breadth of what's going on early on. You just know Shinra's a bad company and they're destroying the planet, and having some more mission briefings or having more detailed information outside of the little bits that we get here and there would have really drawn me into the whole idea of being a mercenary or Avalanche as a resistance group or whatnot. But yeah, minor points, I guess. But yeah, this mission is pretty, well, I don't want to say straightforward, but they're explaining it in a very straightforward fashion. Yeah, you can see the steps here. We're gonna jump from our car to their train. Then once we get into the train, we're gonna split up the cars, let our train cars get in, then we split up the cars, we take the president's car, and then they continue on with the dummy. Yeah, and you can just ignore this. The sensors don't work at all. I don't know if it's a glitch or I think it's intentional, because what happens is you get on the car, and then if you stay on the car long enough, they open up the blinds and say, hey, we've got our sensors going now, and then they all get confused and they're like, wait, what? Why isn't it working? So yeah, with the first train car you can just kind of ignore. It really doesn't mean anything at all. So okay. You don't even have to worry about this. They spend a lot of time talking about this for something that doesn't matter at all. This here is what actually matters, and that is how we're gonna split up or uncouple the cars from the moving train. We can't do it directly, so we're gonna have to do it manually, and what that means is we're we're going to be putting in codes. And Renoa has the codes. She'll be giving them to us we're going to be the ones putting the codes in. The numbers match up with buttons on the D-pad. So, yeah, pretty straightforward. You have 5 seconds to do them. And I've never really had an issue with not getting the code in the 5-second time. It's pretty straightforward, to be completely honest. So that's just something I've never had to worry about. I imagine most people don't really have too much trouble with it. As long as you kind of take your time and just don't get rushed, you'll be fine. So yeah, we're gonna get 3 codes we want to put in. So this would be circle, triangle, triangle. Done and done. So let's quit. Yes, I got it. Okay. I guess if that's all, then... Oh, I didn't notice that, but okay. Ah. Well, why wouldn't you just buy everything else from the model store then? Yeah, I don't get that. Renoa? Aha. Renoa as an abstract artist. Nah. You're no Picasso, Renoa. Did Picasso do abstract art? I can't remember. I don't think he did. I can't remember who really started the abstract art movement. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I haven't taken art history since high school, really. And even then, we didn't really have art history. It was just part of, like, humanities or whatever general requirement class you had that was about art. But yeah, we understand the mission. Let's go ahead and get going here. And Watts is already backing out in zone. You really got to get that stomach looked at. But that's fine. This is a 4-person mission anyway. So let's just get things moving. And okay, we gotta talk to Watts before we start the mission, or in order to start the mission. So let's just go ahead and get on with that. Before we talk to him, and we get paid again, always a good thing. But before we do that, we want to come up here. We don't have to do this, but just thought I'd show that off. That's the dummy president that we're going to be using for our mission. So with all that done, let's go ahead and get this mission on the road. Come on, Watts. There we go. I have seen the president. I'm just ready to get things going here. Yes. Let's do this. I don't think that's the car yet. We're still on our train. Yeah, all we gotta do is just, yeah, it's pretty easy. Here we're just gonna, we got 5 minutes, we're just gonna run across, and then if you time it right, you jump immediately onto the next beat. If not, then I guess I don't even know. And somehow Zal, Selfie, and Manila got already made it across the train. We have not. But yeah, there you can see the soldiers activating their sensors. If I would have stood around long enough, they would have said something like, "Oh, they're not working." But I really didn't feel like showing it off. I just wanted to get things moving here. So yeah, not worried about that. This is where the mission actually begins. Yes, and by begin, I mean after this cutscene, it begins. We get to see the soldier get berated by President Dilling for a little bit. The guy's just trying to do his job. He's here to keep you safe, buddy. Ouch. Are all presidents like this? Maybe all politicians would probably be the more accurate term there. The man's just trying to propose to his girlfriend. That's all he's trying to do. You don't have to be so mean about it, President. I don't get it. See, this is why we're taking him down. We're preventing people from getting married. The heartless being. Alright, so now we get to start uncoupling the cars. we get a little bit of support from Zell and Selfie, who will be watching the guards for us. Yeah, so when they start walking away, they'll tell us, so then we can back up. And we can use the L1 button to check to see how close they are. I am. Yes. Okay. I mean, I'm glad that they give us plenty of opportunities to back out if we're not ready, but yes, let's do this. Yeah, you kind of get to a point where you just kind of want to start the mission and get to it. So anyway, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. All right, come on. I can usually get a second one in here. 4, 3, 2, 4. 4, 3, 2, 4. 1. Get up, get up, get up. There we go. Yeah, I think once they get to about the point where the blinds are, you want to make sure you are above ground, or else you're kind of coming down. But for the most part, it's easy enough. 1, 1, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1. All right, so we're done, and we're good to go. The first one, easy enough, and we get a nice little FMV here, seeing the train decouple and then decouple. I like this. I really like the scenery here. I never noticed that before. I don't know if anyone who's watching this video saw that, but there are a couple of chocobos in the back there, just kind of randomly running around there. So that's pretty cool. I've never really noticed that before, and yeah, I've never seen that before. It's weird what little things you notice when you play the game for the 20th time here. Yeah, and here's the soldier back for some more punishment, looks like. I must say, I admire his dedication. I don't know if I'd come back after the last one. But it looks like he got lucky. The president has a paper. Or not. Oh boy. And yeah, the dummy president. Just gonna throw him under the bus too. Yep, he's screwed. Yeah, you're really screwed. It's alright, man. You'll get paid again, eventually. It's certainly better than... it's certainly better than what could happen. You get thrown in prison for being trouble or something like that, so... better than some militaries. And apparently Renault was also applying her abstract art to the interior of this train, so good thing they haven't. It seems like they noticed. I'm surprised there isn't like a bigger alarm or panic. You know, like I can't imagine many militaries being okay with just running into a train car that they don't recognize, and especially when the president's on board. I can't see that being something that would happen. But yeah, now that we no longer have Zell or Selfie because they're on the other end and coupling the other car, we're gonna have to watch the guards ourselves. So yeah, so we're gonna have to enter the codes ourselves, and yeah, we'll watch the guards ourselves using the R1 button there. Now I'm just gonna enter one code here, and then I'm gonna jump right back out. 4, 1, 1, 2. Now we're gonna head back up. And we might have come up a little bit too early, but it's better to play it safe than sorry here. And then this running guard's gonna eventually come over. There we go. And then they both should be heading back about the same time. Alright, now we're gonna head back down. We should be able to get 2 more codes in here. 4222, 4222. Hurry up, Noah, hurry up, Noah, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. 1413. 1413. Head on up. And I'm assuming that they could have gotten one more in. Definitely could have put one more code in. That's okay, we'll get the last 2 in on this one. if we get these last two right. 2224, 2224. Hopefully I didn't mess up that timing there, because I need to get one more code in. That running, okay, 4214. 4214. Good. Alright. I was worried that the running guard might head over a little bit earlier, and I might get screwed there, but yeah, it looks like we're okay then. Nice. And that, oh, hold on a second. Is that right? Yes, I guess that makes sense. Does that make sense? If we had the two train cars in the middle, and one of them was going to, in the train, the yellow train car, our mobile base was going to automatically unlock itself. What exactly were Zell and Sophie doing then? Something seems off about that. Whatever. Alright. We got the president, and yeah, well, first of all, we got the president, but also, because we didn't screw up, our seed rank goes up by 1. The first time I did this, I think my seed rank was, or when I did this in my test run, my seed rank was either 7 or 8. It got bumped up by 1, but because my level was so low, it immediately dropped back down. So, we'll see if I can maintain the seed rank of 7, but if not, again, not a big deal. And despite their bravado earlier about how we were going to be famous for all this, they decided, I guess the two of them aren't going to be jumping in here. Yeah, that might be a good idea. And I don't think we really need to change our setup. Oh, I guess we do. Consider me corrected there. Let's see, how did I have this up before? I had Diablo. Yeah. Alright, sorry, I'm gonna have to do this on screen. For some reason I thought that, I don't know what I was thinking. I forgot that they automatically unequip your Diabs once you finish that sequence with Laguna, so luckily this won't take us too long here. We'll just quickly equip there, and then magic, draw, card. I think that's everything. Yeah, everyone's good there. And then we'll use just a couple cures to heal ourselves up. Don't have that many cures, but that's good enough. We have way more HP than we need. So let's do this. Yeah, we're ready. What could go wrong? I mean, I can't imagine anything going wrong here. We only just kidnapped the president. Way to start the negotiations. That wasn't quite the response I was expecting. A body double. Do people call that body double? I thought it was stunt double. And it's weird, they have this body double here in this part of the game, but you never see a body double the rest of the game. I suppose we don't really find ourselves in a situation where you need one, but I suppose it's not a big, I don't know, I guess it's, yeah. I don't know, I just would have thought this would have come up more often, but apparently this guy has lost his mind. I'm assuming you can't be a human if you're just able to copy someone else's appearances. And that sound would seem to confirm that. So, yeah, we're going to be fighting whatever the heck this thing is. And as with most of the bosses in the very foreseeable future, we'll be killing them in about 2 seconds flat. One hit and the president is gone. And then we become... Oh, he still called the big president. Let's see. There we go. Nope. There we go. Yeah, this guy has a bunch of spells. But we're not interested I'm not really interested in drawing any of those. I really won't be drawing any more spells for a while. We'll get some abilities on Lady Drawing spells a little bit easier in the very near future, but yeah, I'm not too worried about it right now. He should be dead right about now. Or not. Alright. He's also weak against restorative magic, so yeah. There we go. There it is, yeah. It's probably the faster way of doing it. I might have forgotten to equip an ability or something that made my strength not as high as it should have been, but anyway, easy enough, nonetheless. Most of the bosses here aren't going to be causing us too much trouble. We will want to get rid of that blind on Selfie, but there's really no rush on that because, well, we just won't be fighting battles for a while. You really can't believe the president was a fake. You really can't believe you fell for it. I mean, look at who you have collecting your information for you. Whatever. So why is the president here? Well, that might make sense. They were after the communication tower. Yeah. Right. Exactly, Selfie. It has to have something to do with this. I'll let you explain this one, Squall. It's crazy to believe that literally just happened yesterday in game time. And there we go. Yeah, what does that mean? Why would radio waves be better than... Ah. What is going on with Wedge there? Alright. So they want to broadcast a message to the entire world, it seems like, then. What could that message be? Yeah, that does. There must be something important if they want to say it to the whole world. Yeah, Selfie, Selfie kind of worries me. She literally went from wanted to blow stuff up with a rocket launcher to love and peace. It's a little disturbing. We got some weird characters in our mercenary force. Oh boy. No. 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 You almost just got us killed. Could you please lay off with the silly plan? No, it's not possible. I think that we need to regroup. No, I don't think we need to come up with a plan. No one's gonna listen to me? Okay. I would rather not. But looks like we have no choice. Yeah, seriously. We really should. We should check that contract. I don't call that a strategy meeting. It's pretty pitiful. Oh. That's about my reaction as well, Squall. Come on. Let's go ahead and see that contract. You don't gotta take it that aggressively though, Squall. Alright. Party of the party. Makes sense. Well, I guess they're 17, 18-year-olds. Maybe it's a little tougher to understand. Apologies to anyone who might be 17 or 18 watching this. But maybe it's a little harder to understand, but you would think that if you are going to be in an elite mercenary force, you would have to understand basic legal speak for situations like this. But, whatever, we got an easier contract, so let's see what it says. I kind of find it funny that Sid's just walking around super fast there. Alright, simple enough. but that's a really, really long-term engagement. You would think if Sid is so high on Squall and Squall's potential, you wouldn't send him off on some indefinite engagement like this. That really seems like poor management of your skilled labor force. Let me guess, Zone and Watch want nothing to do with it. Of course it is. And of course your stomach's messed up. Whatever. Alright, doesn't really matter who you put in your party here. Let's go with Selfie. Actually, let's go with Zell. He's not blinded. So, we'll switch instructions there, and then, yeah, we're good to go. So, let's see, I think we need to talk to Watch to continue on with our current mission, but I think that's gonna be all for today. I'm gonna stop the video here, and next time we'll head into Timber and try to take over the communication or the TV broadcast, or yeah, something along those lines. But until then, this has been Marathon Hurdler. I want to thank you as always for watching my videos, and hopefully I will see you next time.